Do you have this document ready for the KNB Scholarship 2025? If not, your KNB Scholarship, like your KNB application, will instantly be rejected. Many people, especially like when you apply, you will see document rejected, document rejected, document rejected. In this video, at the KNB Scholarship Award, I will exactly share the right document that you need to do and also how to get those documents, because it's really very important. Because the university will not have your document if they did not pass through the embassy, and the embassy is the one who will check all the documents required so that they forward it to the university. So stick with me, I'll walk you through all the documents required for you to ace your KNB Scholarship 2025. As I told you, I always make like video related to the KNB Scholarship and also share those information with you to make sure that you have all that you need to be the next KNB awardee, because I know the impact, I know the willingness that you have. Maybe you already applied next year and your document were rejected and you would like to apply this year also. I wish you good luck. Tell me which country are you working from and which university you want to apply for, what is your level of study, and if you did not yet subscribe, try to do so, because next video will be a live stream where I will go and interact with you guys. You can ask me anything that you want during that live stream. It will be about 1 hour. I will give you the detail later, okay? So let's go about the document. As you know, these documents are really the ones that are really very, very important, you know. I just made a video recently related to the motivation letter. You can go and watch it, how you can craft your motivation letter. Today we are not going only to talk about that document. We are going to talk about all the documents, step by step, and how you should not make any mistake to those documents. The first document that you need as a KNB applicant is your certified document related to the diploma and the transcript. This is the place where many people are making a lot of mistakes, because some of them just take the document, they directly apply without certifying those documents to the embassy. You have to certify. Imagine, for example, you don't have Indonesian embassy in your country, like me, for example. We don't have Indonesian embassy. What you need to do, like for the academic document, the certified copy of diploma and also the transcript, you have to certify them. Yeah, you have to certify all the documents. You need to send them to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Higher Education. After that, you finish them, you send them to the embassy of your country in the country where there is the Indonesian embassy. I don't know if you understand. For example, I will make it easy for you. For example, you are from Nigeria, for example. Nigeria, there is an Indonesian embassy in Nigeria. Which country, for example? My country, of course. My country, Guinea, for example. We don't have Indonesian embassy. The Indonesian embassy is in Senegal. So, if you are from Guinea or you are someone who is from a country that does not have Indonesian embassy, you should take those documents after certifying them at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also Ministry of Higher Education. You should send them to your embassy in Senegal, for example, or your embassy in the country where there is Indonesian embassy, for them to certify those documents again, because this is where some people will just make it wrong. Because if you do not do that, you only certify them in your country, you do not certify them in the country where the Indonesian embassy is, they might reject it as well. It might be a reason for a rejection as well, because everything happened at the embassy related to the document before they reach the university. Don't think it's the university that rejected your document, it's the embassy, because they have to check everything. Because some people, they can make fake certificate. No, so to differentiate from the fake one and the good one, you have to make certification from the Indonesian embassy, and from your embassy in the country where there is the Indonesian embassy, or your degree. It's really very important. Try to make sure that you have all this information, all these documents certified, the diploma and the transcript. Okay. Now after this one, your passport. Now, some people say, okay, I already know the passport. Yeah, you might be already know the passport, but it might be another reason for not getting the KNB Scholarship, because your passport should be like valid during your scholarship. I don't know if you understand. Like, your passport should be valid during your scholarship. So, for example, if you don't have any, like, for example, you don't have passport validity for 1 year, for example, you cannot apply for the KNB Scholarship. It should be at least 2 years, 2 good years. Your passport should be at least 2 good years for you to apply for the KNB Scholarship. Now, if you don't have a valid passport right now, the first thing that I will advise you, my brother or sister, try to make sure that you get a new passport. The KNB Scholarship is not yet open. I'm making this video early to let you know what you should have before the KNB Scholarship open. Try to get a new passport if you don't have an active passport with less than 2 years. Okay? Try to have that passport and make sure it is valid for at least 2 years. Okay? If not, make a passport of 10 years or 5 years. Okay? So, because I remember my passport was less than 2 years. So, for me, I just try to make sure that I make a new passport. Okay? So, after the passport, now it's come to the recommendation letter. Now we have two recommendation letter here. There is the Indonesian recommendation, like the Indonesian embassy recommendation letter, and your supervisor or also docent, like lecturer recommendation letter. Let's go first to the recommendation letter from the Indonesian embassy. This document, you need to get this one to be able to apply for the KNB Scholarship. You know, there are many scholarships in Indonesia that you can apply, but without the Indonesian embassy recommendation letter. But for the KNB Scholarship, this is the first document that you need to. Even before taking document, academic transcript or anything, you should have the recommendation letter from the Indonesian embassy. So you cannot have it without also your document, academic document, and any document that you think it will help you. So you should have those documents ready so that you submit it to the Indonesian embassy to get the recommendation letter. And I will advise you, even if you want right now, try to contact them. Even if the KNB Scholarship is not open, just try to contact them, ask them what document they need for you to submit to them when the KNB Scholarship open to get the recommendation letter. Because if you get it early, it's better, because many people might be applying. Many people might apply. So if they get many applications, they will not process the recommendation letter so quickly. So you have to make sure that you have the recommendation letter early. And to do that, you have to submit all the documents early to the embassy to make sure that they give you the recommendation letter early. Okay? So if you now have the recommendation letter, for you now to have the recommendation letter, that's why I told you to certify the document from the Ministry of Higher Education and also the embassy of your country, in the country where there is Indonesian embassy, if the Indonesian embassy is not in your country. Because if you do not certify it, they will not accept it. Okay? Now, after this part, we'll go to the recommendation letter for your professor or supervisor or anything. Now, it's two types of recommendation letter. We have the academic recommendation letter and professional recommendation letter. If, for example, you are applying for PhD, you should make sure that you have a strong recommendation letter from your supervisor in your country first. And also, if you have another recommendation letter from Indonesian university, it's really very important. It's not mandatory to have it right now. You can apply without a recommendation letter from a supervisor in the university you are applying for. But if you have it, it's better. If you have it, it's really better for you to have a recommendation letter from from the supervisor in the Indonesian university. It's really very, very important. Okay. Now, how you should reach out to this academic supervisor, like academic recommendation letter in your university. Tell them what they should inform. If you are from high school, bachelor degree, PhD, tell the people who are recommending you, make sure that these are people who love you first. They really care about you. Because if you take anyone to write a recommendation letter, they can write anything that they want. So you make sure that it's people who really like you. They will like the good for you. So you should inform them every information that they should have. For example, you have an achievement. that you already talk about in the motivation letter, you have to make sure that they those document, those information, like the one who is recommending you knows about those information, so that he or she highlight it in the recommendation letter that he is writing for you, because it will confirm what you said in the CV. It will confirm what you said in the motivation letter. Try to make sure that really you inform your support, your recommender, all the information that they need to know about you, all the information that you put. If you want, even you can share the motivation letter with them, so that they know exactly all the information about you, so that they put it in the recommendation letter. Because this recommendation letter is really a powerful document, because it will confirm what you said in the motivation letter. It will also confirm what you said in the CV, because these are really important documents. Now, if you said something, for example, in the CV and into motivation letter, this is the reason. This is the part where it will give them an opportunity to know that what you said in the motivation letter is something true, because your recommender also highlighted in the recommendation letter. It's really very important. Okay. Now, when it's finished to this one, now you have a professional recommendation letter. If you are already working, for example, reach out to your supervisor or to your employer. Tell them that you are applying for a KNB scholarship. Tell them what is the KNB scholarship. Tell them what are the achievements that you would like them to highlight in the recommendation letter. Tell them everything in this document, so that they make it really stand out. Because these are really, like, every document has their purpose, so they will help you accordingly. Okay. Now, when we finish this one, now, for example, if you are a PhD candidate, you would like to apply for PhD, what you should do is, like, try to reach out to the university admission team, or go to the website of that university. Make sure that you see the supervisor of your field of study. So you reach out to them to ask to make cold email to them, so that they accept you as someone in their laboratory. It's really very important, so that they might provide a recommendation letter for you. Tell them what is your level of study. Tell them what is your interest about Indonesia, what is your interest about the academic field and anything, so that they help you, they support you, they make a support letter or recommendation letter. You will attach it, but don't worry. If you don't have that document, it's not also mandatory for you to apply for the PhD program. Okay. Now, after you finish this one, if you have any certificate, like first, before you finish certificate, like the health certificate, you should have. For the KNB scholarship, is part of the document that they ask is health certificate. You should have a health certificate for the KNB scholarship. So you have to go to a hospital, like national hospital. Tell them that you are applying for a scholarship. They make a general checkup, everything. You get the document. Now, if all the documents are in another language other than English and Indonesian language, you have to translate all your documents. Make sure you translate all of your documents into English. And if, for example, you are applying, also another document that is really important is the English language certificate, Proficiency, TOEFL or IELTS or anything, or even Duolingo. Try to reach out to the university if they can give exemption for the KNB scholarship application. Or if you are from an English-speaking country, or you already study in English. For example, for my case, for my bachelor degree was in English, so you can ask your university to provide a certificate of English language proficiency for you to make it as a proof of English certification. Okay? Because this certificate is really important. It's mandatory, actually. The English language certificate is mandatory. So you can also ask the university if they accept Duolingo, because sometimes you can say like the TOEFL is expensive and the IELTS also is expensive, but the Duolingo is just about, I think, $50 or something. Sorry. Okay, I did not sleep last night. Yeah, the Duolingo is a little bit cheaper than the TOEFL or Duolingo, or IELTS. So you can reach out the university to ask them if they accept alternative to the English language certification. You can also ask your university to provide that certificate. Okay. Now, once you finish all this, I think here, the certificate that I'm talking about right now is not mandatory, but they are really very important for your application. Which is this document? This document is like the extracurricular activities. If you already you are already a volunteer, or you already have certificate of excellence, or anything curriculum to enhance your curriculum, things that you already put in your CV, or you receive awards, this document, you try to make sure that you add them all in your file. Try to scan them all and put them all in this file so that it supports your document. These are supporting documents. If you have certificate of excellence, like award and certificate, or project in which you work and you believe they will enhance your application, or you already wrote articles as for PhD candidate, you already wrote articles, try to make sure that these documents also are added into your application. Okay, I think that's all related to the document. If there's any document missing, I will make it in a pinned comment to help you know what are the documents required for this KNB scholarship. This is your year. 2025 is your year. This is the year you are going to win the KNB scholarship. You are going to make sure that you put all the chances from your end to make sure that that candidate who will be selected this year, your name will be one of those people who will have the congratulations message during the month of June. I will come back in June and see how many of you have already get selected, inshallah, to know, interact about you, to know, like, to tell you about life in Indonesia as an international student, how it looks to be an international student in Indonesia. I think that was helpful. Tell me if there's anything you would like to ask. Join the WhatsApp group. Don't forget to subscribe. Watch my playlist related to all about KNB scholarship in Indonesia. I interviewed the KNB coordinator in my university. I interview students like KNB award in my university. They share everything related to the KNB scholarship. All this is to help you be part of the KNB award. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video, and good luck to you as well.